Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. We are going to do some practicing with percents, finding percents of a number 100% of the time. Get that one? Sorry, had to do it. So you're going to need a pencil and some paper, obviously your Chromebook. If you need earbuds, a calculator would also be very helpful. So we're going to go through this video lesson, and when you're done, I have a quizzes that you will check out, going for a score of 8 out of 10 or higher, and then you're all finished for the day. So let's take a peek. So this first question, it says, what is 50% of 34? So kind of going back to when we had all of our questions regarding this proportion, comparing part to whole, part to whole. So if we keep that idea that these two ratios are the same, we're comparing percent out of 100, a part to a whole, we're going to try different types of questions that we're solving for maybe one piece that's missing. So the first thing that I notice, what is 50% of 34? So percent is always out of 100, so I know for a fact that the 50 has to go here. Then I also notice, what is 50% of 34? The whole number is 34. We don't know what the is. That part of 34 is missing. So 50 over 100 equals x over 34. Now, some of you might see the relationship between 50 over 100 and already kind of thinking of an idea, it's got to be 17, which that would be a great way to do that. But you might remember cross multiply and divide. So whenever we have cross products, our two ratios that are equal, we know that they're cross products. When we multiply them, they also have to be equal. So this tells me that 34 times 50 must equal x times 100. So that's what it would look like as an equation. But we use the steps 34 times 50. That's actually 1700. That equals x times 100. So you've maybe heard me say 34 times 50, cross multiply, divide by the number that's left. Here we would divide by 100. Well, now you can see why we've been doing that. Divide by 100, divide by 100. My cross products, or 100 divided by 100, cancels. So I have x equals 1700 divided by 100, which is 17. So now as I look at this problem, let's just make sure it makes sense. 17 over 34, 50 over 100. It makes perfect sense now that, yes, they are exactly the same. Okay, so second question. What is 60% of 40? Now, again, some of you could really use mental math and kind of think this through. 50% of 40 would be 20. So I do know it's going to be higher, just a little bit higher than 20. But again, this right here, this proportion is really going to help us out. So we're comparing part on the top, whole on the bottom. And once again, I see this over 100. Well, what's out of 100? 60%. 60 out of 100 must be exactly that ratio. And we're comparing that. It says, what is 60% of 40? So my whole number is 40. We don't know what the part is. So the is missing. So once again, I've got two ratios that are equal. That tells me that my cross products must be the same. So I'm going to go 40 times 60 divided by 100. So 40 times 60 is 2400. All of that is equal to 100 times x. Divide by 100, divide by 100. 100s cancel. X equals 24. So let's see if that makes sense. What is 60% of 40? Well, half of 40 is 20. So here I have an answer of 24. 24 is 60% of 40. Yeah, it makes sense. So again, we used our proportion to help us with that. Okay, let's check out a different question. What is 5% of 80? 5% of 80. So the first thing that I'm kind of taking a peek here at, I see percent. 5% means 5 out of 100. So in my proportion, I know that the 5 must go there. Now I'm comparing part to whole. What is 5% of 80? So this of 80, that's the whole. We are missing what the part is. So once again, I have a proportion. I'm going to cross multiply. 80 times 5 is 400. Divided by 100 altogether gives me 4. Now let's see if that makes sense. 4 is 5% of 80. Yeah, well, think about it. 50% of 80 would be 40. So this is really tiny. 4 out of 80 is like 5 out of 100. It's true. All right, let's check out this problem. So again, coming back to my proportion, part over whole equals percent over 100. 10% of what number is 30? 10%. So I know this is going to be 10 out of 100 because that's 10%. Of what number is 30? So here the whole is missing. We don't know what that whole number is, but I know that the part is 30. So this time my missing piece is the whole. So using my proportion, I'm going to cross multiply. So I'm going to take 30 times 100, which gives me 3,000. So 3,000, and I'm going to divide by 100. So on my calculator, actually I don't even need a calculator for this one. I can see that my solution, or my whole, is 300. So 10% of 300 is 30. And as you can see, these two ratios are the same. 10 over 100, 30 over 300. They check, they are true. Okay, taking a peek at our next one here. I've got 2 left. Actually, here's my next one. There we go. 2 left. 25% of what number is 15? So using our proportion, part over whole equals percent over 100. What's the one number right away you see? I hope you see 25%, and you think the 25 has to go here. That's exactly right. Of what number? We're not quite sure, but we know the part is 15. So the is 15, the part must go on the top, which means we do not know the whole part, or excuse me, the whole bottom. So 25 over 50 equals 15 over x. Again, I like cross products. That's one way we can do that. I'm going to take 15 times 100 divided by 25. So I've got 150 divided by 25. So here, 1500 divided by 25, which gives me my whole of x equals 60. Let's see if that makes sense. 25% of 60 is 15. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, last one here today, and then you're going to get a chance to do your own practice. 15% of what number is 12? So coming back to our proportion, part over whole equals percent over 100. 15%. So I know that the 15% has to be 15 over 100. So the 15% is set. Of what number? We don't know. But the part is 12. So on your proportion, the 12 has to go on the top. We do not know the whole. 2 ratios that are equal are called a proportion. I can use cross multiply and divide to find that. That's one method we can do that. And so when I get that 100 times 12 is 1200 divided by 15, which gives me a final solution of 80. And let's just double check to make sure that makes sense. 15% of 80 is 12. Yep, that makes sense. I know that half of 80 is 40, so 12 is much lower. 12 out of 80 would be the same as 15 out of 100. Okay, so here we used our percent over 100 equals our part over our whole, thinking of each of these proportions using cross multiplying and dividing. Now you can move on and you can check out the quizzes. There are 10 problems, and every single problem will be set up using this proportion right here. Part over whole equals percent over 100. You are going for an 80%. Good luck. Work hard. See you soon.